Bobson Dugnut, Mighty Paladin / Gladiator, as he's starting out. And we are here just to continue his adventures. So last night we got started, and so we got started and got some stuff out of the way, got to level 4. So from there, we are continuing the main story quest. And, no, I don't want that. Okay. So, talk to Momota here. She's going to give us some lightning shards. That's all just crafting stuff, which we might dive into later. Like this. Speak to Papa Sean at the Old Dispatch Yard. I am going the wrong way, probably. Yeah, I gotta go up there. So most of these starting quests, like 7 or 8, are mostly just like, just very basic tutorial stuff, introducing you to certain features and stuff like that. Which is why I'm just gonna kind of rush through it. An actual story doesn't start until we get sent to a farm to help out. Or actually, crap, I keep forgetting. No, that is not where it starts, because that's only in Limsa Lominsa, so I should pay attention, but I can always look that up. Because each of the 3, I guess, city-states are what they're referred to as. Each of the 3 city-states you can start in depending on your class, and each of those has like a different, obviously, surrounding area, so they have a different story that leads you into the main thing. You're supposed to somehow get involved with fighting pirates, and then you get like assigned as like the you're like a, I don't know, some important person. I can't remember exactly what your title is, but you're supposed to go and like you go to the other city-states in the Alliance and set up a meeting between everyone and deliver Twilight pretzels to the patrols. Okay, that's fine. So you do that, and then that kind of starts leading you into the overall story and stuff like that. So, Papa Sean feels for the Sultan Sworn, who have been tasked with defending the dispatch yard and would like to do his part keeping the good values. Just wants to feed these guys. Here's your pretzel. So this is kind of an interesting mechanic. You do get key items, and you can either drag it over there or do what I do and just right-click, and then do hand over, and then so you're actually, physically technically physically handing stuff to people instead of just having it in your backpack. It's a little more interaction, but it's not 100% necessary, but it does kind of, get you feeling more a part of everything, in my opinion. It is just like a lot of running around. The game is fun. The story is good. Most of the fighting you do are just being in dungeons, though. That's pretty much a large majority of your fighting. You'll have some of the quests like we did last night where you have to go kill X amount of guys, but they're usually very low numbers. Like last night it was kill 3, this guy, 3 of that guy, and 3 of another guy, and just monsters and shit. A lot of that is handled outside of the few quests you get. A lot of it is just handled through the hunting log here, and like fates and stuff like that. There's a fate nearby. We can go check that out in a bit. We have to give people pretzels. Okay, then we return to Papa Sean. I believe I've actually done this to an extent. Papa Sean seems familiar. When I first was trying out the game, I think I did a little bit of Thaumaturge. I might have gotten this far? Or I did something else. I can't remember. Oh, I think the Pugilist Guild is in Ul'dah as well. And I tried that class out as well, which was cool. We get to punch shit. Yay! Our next class quest is open. Let's see what he wants. Alton. Okay, we're gonna actually talk to him for real. Bobson. I have just this moment. No, the time for concealment is past. The truth is, even before I had you deliver those pretzels, I was privy to some most unsettling news, which is the real reason I sent you to meet those Sultan Sworn. I think they're spies? A young noblewoman from a very prestigious family has run away from home when I have been ordered to see her safe return. So you want me to do it? The Sultan Sworn you met earlier are assisting with the search. Alas, it seems they have found no trace of her. I apologize for not being frank with you from the start, but we must proceed with caution. Should word of her disappearance spread, I fear others with less honorable motives may join the hunt. Should we allow her to come into any harm, not even 100 beheadings would be punishment enough. I don't have 100 heads. That cannot happen, Bobson. It must not. Alright, little man. I need you to help me find her. Then I nod, because I have no control over that. Praise the 12, I knew I could count on you. I have instructed the others to expand the search, but the land is vast and there are only so many of us. The young noblewoman's name is Lady Lalira. I want you to go south and look for her in the vicinity of the Sultan Tree. Good luck! And by that, I'm like, okay, sure, I'll do it. And by that, I mean, I'm going to go do my next gladiator quest. So we're just going to hearth back, return back, whatever you want to call it. Zoop. Let's see. Yeah, these loading times can be kind of annoying. Once we're in, the Ethernet is still pretty quick. Zoop, zoop. And once you have teleport, you don't need to use return a whole lot, because you can just okay, go this way. Because where the fuck am I going? I think I do need to go that way. Yeah, okay. Once you have teleport, you can just open up the map and go wherever the hell you want. It does cost money, so you gotta get a chunk of cash. Oh, come on. I need a shield. Ah, Bobson, I take it you and your sword have become better acquainted. Then I will now instruct you on another fundamental aspect of what it means to be a gladiator. Commanding an opponent's attention. As gladiators, we are trained to engage enemies at close range, weathering their attacks as we deliver our own. However, there are times when we must do battle alongside allies whose talents are not the same as our own. In such a situation, your role is not to slay the enemy in front of you, but rather to defend the man beside you. So she's here, you're a tank. So we're gonna, flip through that. Alright. Tell the marauders outside the quicksand to face /me. That, so typically when it gives you like a slash command like that, it's just something you have to do for the quest. And there's other quests that, you have to, you have to do, like emotes, or actually say very specific things. Like you have to spell everything exactly perfect, and like same like punctuation and all that. So you click on him and he does that. So let's try /me. Oops, /me. Okay. And then now he responds. What? You blaming me because this little shite shat his own pants? Yeah. Well, bugger him and bugger you too. Okay. Yeah, you fuck off. /me. Yeah, you run off. Yeah, me and that snowman aren't to be trifled with. The last two over there. Okay. Keen-eyed Marauder. If you're so keen-eyed, slash me. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so the base part of this game, A Realm Reborn, which is 2.0, because the base game wasn't good. So they redid it, and it's very good. Though it does probably have the weakest story out of all 4 parts of it right now. It does a pretty good job of ramping things up, because you start off doing this shit, and, really basic things like finding a noble woman and all that. Is that okay, I have to go there. And then you end up like dealing with pirates, like actually stopping them. Another. Oh, I have to slash me, motherfucker. It's if you've played WoW, it's like Dead Mines. It kind of ramps up into a pirate-themed dungeon. You take them out, and then it kind of ramps up from there, and threats get bigger and bigger and bigger. And it did a pretty good job of that. Go from humble beginnings to insanely powerful. Just who the elves do you think? I'm not going to do an accent. We're just going to skip this. Okay, so he's being a douche. Oh, somebody's coming to interrupt. Oh ho, this is lively even for the quicksand. You two going to put on a show for us? I don't know what that is. Ugh. He's probably also glitter. What's this, another goddamn fool? Show some respect when you talk to Farmurl, the driven leader of a troop of bloody mummers, or some such. Aye, I heard you the first time. Your voice carries quite well. Then, unless you want me to split your skull with me axe, you better... Ooh, that's a fancy sword. Can I have it? No? That sword, it couldn't be. Frenzy? But only the sword of Nald would... Bloody hells, it's you! You! I've never been one to stand back and watch. Mind if I join the fun? Begging your pardon, sir. So one thing I've noticed with Class Quest is you usually go on like a journey with somebody else. And that's what I'm guessing is here. Why do they always do that? Looks like it's just you and me. Standing up to that Lominson was quite brave of you, and quite foolish. I think I like you, Gladiator. Name's Aldous, and I'd buy you a drink, but I'm afraid I just spent the last of my coins. Then give me your sword. I used to be a young gladiator like you. Back then, but that hardly concerns you. These days, I'm just an explorer of the unexplored, a seeker of the as-yet-known experience, or whatever. Like the bigger, like that beautiful stranger kept keeping me warm. He's got a woman in his bed. Gods, I've missed this city, this wonderful desert jewel of debauchery and sin. Now, if you'll excuse me, that's fine. I apparently can't speak right now. Okay. Speak with Momodi, sorry. Fuck is she? Wait. Oh, wait. No. Yeah, there she is. You. You thank me. Report to me. Okay. Heading back to the guild. Bounce. This way. Where the hell am I? Oh, I didn't even realize there was this like side exit. Okay. Just go to the Aetheryte Plaza and port from there then. Right. Remember, it's right about the samurai guy, and then I can go this way. Run! Oopsies. Don't want to do with that. Gladiator's good. And we go this way. I'm starting to remember. I haven't done these early class quests for a long time at this point. Goodness. I've already heard of your exploits at the quicksand, Bobson. You did well to send those marauders packing. I wish I could say we've heard the last of them. At last, we've received reports of axe-wielding raiders assaulting merchants traveling from through Scorpion Crossing. It seems words will not suffice after all. I want you to finish what you've begun, Bobson. Head to Western Thanalan and see that Farmerl and the Driven and all those who have shared in his crimes never trouble the people of Ul'dah again. Alright, I shall go murder them. I'm assuming that's what I'm being asked to do. But first, alright, we're going to see if I can afford a shield. Because I feel weird without one, even though I've never played this class before. Let's see. We'll check the market board and then go to a vendor. See if sometimes you can get good deals on the market board. Shield. 6 square maple things. Yep, see, they're 50. That's way cheaper than I would get it for. And I don't even have to go to the mailbox. Whoopsies. I just hit that, go to shield, and put my... what is that again? My square maple shield. I now have what looks like a cutting board on my back. Let's see if there's any other gear I can grab. Right, level 1 shit is, well, that's weird. How much are they? I don't have enough for that anyway. So it's mostly just like a bunch of random stuff. A lot of like the starting clothes for everyone. Like, how much is that? 50 grand. Well, 50 grand. Is it? Can I sell this for that much? I can't. I have to have a follower or whatever to do that. Hat. Oopsies. Belt. You got a belt for me? Not worth it. Fingerless leather gloves. I want to spend 100. No, I'll be grabbing some gear. I mostly just wanted a shield. Alright. There, Western Thanalands. We're gonna head to the Thaumaturgus Guild. There shouldn't be too much of this gladiator quest. We can get back to the main scenario quest with the MSQ. It's like every 5 to 10 levels. I think it's every 5 levels. Yeah, for the most part, it's every 5 levels that we'll have a class quest. Until I want to say until we hit Heavensward content, so that'll be 50 to 60 after we complete the long-ass post-game for A Realm Reborn. At that point, since each expansion only increases the level cap by 10, you get a new class quest every 2 levels. And then in Shadowbringers, the latest expansion, you don't even have class quests, you get role quests, which I've already done as a tank. Oops, I forgot I had a combo already. Hoo-yah! Eat shit, Ladybug. So we're gonna do the Ladybug part of our... I should eat some food. No! I'm forgetting how to play. So we're gonna kill these 3 ladybugs. If you look at the chat box here and down bottom left, it'll actually update everything for the hunting log. Bam, good chunk of XP there. There's cactar around here somewhere. So also, if you look at the hunting log, it says Western Thanalan, the 80 sins of Sazamo. That's extreme. So we can actually zoom in, and we should be able to find that. Right? I have no idea. I don't even see that anywhere. Oh, sorry. We're right here in the 80 Sins of Sazimo, so we should run into some Cactuar on our way over to Scorpion Crossing. The Goblet. Oh, okay. So there's a bunch of side quests. I typically don't do a whole lot because you can kind of grind out dungeons and stuff. But I might do some side quests this run through. But there's also quests that have blue quests like this with the plus means it's unlocking or like introducing you to a mechanic. And each zone has something like this. Just judging by the name of it, it has to do with housing, and I'll introduce you to that. I don't have a house because there's the Cactuar. They're very expensive, and I'm notoriously poor in MMOs. But for like 300 grand, which I had, if you are in a free company, which is a guild, you can buy your own room if they have a house, which I did. I have a very sparsely decorated room, but it's my room. There we go. 3 Cactuar for some XP. So we've got the first 4 taken care of. We hit so if you look here at the top of this window, we get an extra 2,500 XP once we've finished all 10 of these gladiator parts, as well as XP every time we complete one step. So it's a pretty solid chunk of XP, but the next rank won't actually open until we hit level 10. And yeah, there's there's a big giant tortoise with this blue icon next to the name. As you see, even with the Cactuar, none of it's aggressive. We won't really see that for any aggressive mobs for a few levels. Then as standard MMO fare, everything's aggressive. Okay, Nervous Merchant. They tore me from my saddle and took everything. I slipped and ended the dialogue. Go me. Here, needles to slay. We can do that fate as well. So a fate if Earthspring. Inherent weeks. Okay, we got some. So this little icon up top shows that you have something for. That is something for your hunting log, and then this purple smoky stuff you'll see in different forms. It means we're going to be attacked by somebody. Sometimes you just see it as like a purple smoky perimeter around a little area, and that means if you like enter that space, it'll start up an encounter. It's pretty much only used for quests like this. And this guy will probably do it too, but you get some telegraphs all throughout this game. This game is very good about teaching you to stay out of the fucking telegraphs. And then their hardest difficulty, Savage for raiding, gets rid of those telegraphs, so you just have to know where shit happens. And it gets very, very nerve-wracking, but once you get used to it, with my free company specifically, people that know that have memorized it, call out what's happening for everyone else, so we can all be on the same page. It's very nice. It's very helpful for me, being so new to raiding. In this game, I've raided before. It's just been a long time, and I've never tanked a raid before. So sprites like that I just killed typically drop like catalysts, which we can see here. Like these lightning shards we got, lightning crystals, lightning clusters. I have like a ton of those in some way, shape, or form because I've kind of ignored crafting. So crafting is interesting in this. It's fairly standard. Like WoW, it's just like get the ingredients, hit a button, and make it. Though you are actually a bit more involved in it. There's more buttons. You have like a certain amount of energy, and you have to judge things and do other actions to try and increase the quality. And you do that because it's a little more involved than WoW's. But the crafting disciplines are actually their own separate classes. And typically the way you swap between classes, you do, the class starting quest, which you can't actually get on a new character until you're level 10. That's where another one of the base classes shows up. You can become a rogue, which becomes ninja later on. Which I've tried a bit. I think I'm like level 10 or 11 on my rogue, on my main character. Somewhere in there I've done some monthly logs and stuff and some fates. But so if you look here on the right hand side, it shows the fates. It gives you a little explanation of what's going on. This purple icon will show you what mobs you have to kill if that's what you're doing for the fate, and then you got the progress bar and the timer, as well as the level. If you out-level the fate by about 5 levels, there'll be a button for level sync pop up. Here we go, we got 10 gil and 560 XP, and total eclipse for leveling up. So we now have an AoE. Sweet. So we're going to kill these hammer beaks, because we need to kill those for long as well. So, like, here at first, there is actually a good chunk to do, like your hunting log stuff, and you'll get quests pretty steadily, and all that. So we'll have a good chunk to do constantly. Well, sitting here fighting these hammer beaks is kind of a little bit of grinding. We only need 3, so we're done. Get a good chunk of XP there. And we'll go turn this quest in. So we will constantly be doing things as opposed to being like stuck. Oh wait, Earth Sprites, I saw more. Let's go fight 2 more of those and get that XP. When I first played through, I didn't actually get stopped in the MSQ due to level, like not being high enough level, until I was like level 35. So when I got through everything and needed to be level 36, so I had to go and do dungeons and stuff, and my roulettes, which I'll go into what the roulette is and how group finders work when we get there. It won't be until about level 15. Yeah, it's like level 15 is when like the first dungeon happens. It's the end of the whole pirate themed quest line stuff. So we have slightly different stories in the 3 city-state starting areas. They all kind of converge on a single point. So we have 4 more to do. Central Thanalan Atmosphere, those ants, sorry. Okay, so when you see a shield icon above someone, it means like it's the next part of your quest. If it's like a green check mark, it'll be like you're done. As for this plus, I guess it's unlocking something. 12, bless you, adventurer. If it weren't for good men like you, I'd never leave home. Okay, and we return to Miala and see if you look here on the right hand side where the quests are listed, we see a green check mark. That means we're going to go turn in and actually finish the quest. So we'll just port back. And then the rewards I saw was a new sword, and then we get to choose a piece of gear. And because of my preferences for heavy armor, just one of the reasons I like to play a tank in this game, is because you get to wear heavy armor, and I love heavy armor. I'm going to go with the chest piece. Because it'll give, more stats, more defense, like, more stat boosts, effectively, and it'll look cooler. And the gear in this game, at all levels, looks pretty good, and you do kind of, like, slowly amp up. And if I remember correctly, the Proving Grounds type thing, I can't remember what it's actually called, it should give gear, like, armor that looks a lot like hers. Regardless, I have faith that you will do well. Master your sword, and you shall master yourself. Now then, or few the days to come, return to your training, and we will speak again. So get the custom-made cuirass. You can also grab elegant tin pieces and get like 125 gil, but no. We're going to get a bronze bastard sword and the custom-made cuirass. And we're going to go ahead and put that stuff on. Equip that. Equip that. See, look at that. That looks pretty cool, huh? And there's no shoulder armor. It's all part of the chest piece, which is kind of nice. It kind of slims up some of the gear you need, but then you still have earrings, necklace, bracelets, and 2 rings to go with. And gladiators and paladins are the only ones that use shields. So they're the only class that'll actually have, because you still have this offhand slot when you're not this class. So you still have, everyone will have an empty slot except for these guys. Huh. Okay. He needs help with an infestation of ladybugs. I get it. So we'll go ahead and get some gloves that have stats on them. Just because we can. Beat red, Beatles beat red. We're going the wrong way. Let's see. And we will kind of mishmash you for the first few levels until we can like regularly get specific gear and all that. And I think a good chunk of gear does come from side quests, which I hardly, if ever, did on my main character. So I was constantly having to like buy myself upgrades, like with, as in regarding like the jewelry portion. And if you have to kill mobs, you can't, for a quest, they actually pop up on your minimap. But this weird looking, it's like the quest bubble, but without anything in it. That'll be the mob you're looking for. And they're all over. Oh man, we have to kill 4 ladybugs this time. That's a lot of ladybugs to go in 2-shot, because I'm level 6 and these are level 2. Alright. We killed the ladybugs for that guy. We'll go get our gloves and then continue on to the MSQ. So I wanted a little bit of extra XP and, some more gear with stat bonuses on them. I'm always game for it. Especially this early in the game where our gear doesn't have any stat bonuses on it. It'll be a little bit till we get a hat, too. And then I know, there's at least with the, whoops, I was supposed to go here. With the, damn it, with the expansions, the way everything is distributed for, gear, everything gets kind of normalized to a point where, every 2 levels there's, effectively a new set of gear and weapons and stuff that all share, the same, prefix, effectively. And, you get to, 100 gil. And the quests give you high quality versions, so there's 2 different kinds of, gear you can get. You can have the normal one like this. Here we go.